Hello guys, welcome to my second video on full stack web application. And today we'll be implementing a very basic application here. So here is a preview of the project. Okay, so it's a teach to give a final month project. So we were asked to do this particular project here. So this is the description. So the project is of a system by the name of Bootcamp. Bootcamp is a global online travel agency connecting clients to hotel worldwide, offering a seamless online booking experience for holidays and stays. And here are the key features which I'll be passing through as a go on the code side. Here we have the user authentication and profile management. So here you can see account creation via email or username, profile management with options for update personal details, password, email, and etc. So here in this module here is where the user can that is authenticate and log in into his or her account. We have a hotel search booking. So we have a travel itinerary management. We have a user review. We have real-time customer support, agent access, and admin dashboard among others. So these are the basic items or the implementation of the system, which teach to give asked me to represent as my final month project or my final year project of the session, that is of the teach to give course, full stack application course. And I would like us to go one on one to our VS Code where the code is. So once again, we'll start by introducing the basic structure of the application. So as you can see, the folder structure here, we have the client and the server. Yeah, the client is where the code for where the user interacts with directly is contained. Here, this is where we have the buttons, we have the home page, and so on. And the server is where now we have the implementation of the backend, where implementation of the database, that is the Postgre database, among others, is hosted. And in the client, we can see we have a very basic structure that is constructed or made for us by React, and this is a basic structure made for us by React. As you can see, we have the src folder here. This is where my code is, and inside the src folder we have the assets is where my images are, and the videos and everything that is basically mp4 or that format, which is to be used in the project. We have the components folder. This is whereby I've hosted all the components. Yeah, we have the admin dashboard here, we have the agent dashboard, client dashboard. Okay, this here is those small components. That is of course we know in software engineering modular programming is the key. That is for purpose of reusability. React simplifies our application for us by simply uh, separating or constructing your code into like something like components, so for easier access and usability. So yeah, the basic components. And on as we proceed on the other sections here, we have a folder by the name data. Okay, so this one is a section where dummy data is put, that is the data to be implemented in the client. Mostly is used as for test cases and so on. So yeah, features in the feature section is where you can now add your basic. Okay, for example, in my feature section I've added a chat app. So here my chat up here is kind of a different, or a module, or a system on its own, meaning it has all the other components, or it has all the other folders in which the whole system has. So in this chat up here, you can see in these features I have a chat up. Then in hooks we have the basic hooks here. I have a hotel booking hook, and I use deleting hook. Then I have a layout folder here. This layout folder is where I've put the basic layout of the program or the system. And yeah, so we have the header, footer, and the layout.jsx file. So in the layout.jsx file, this is the basic setup here. You can see I've called the header here, footer, and inside it we have the form state here. Okay, this is basically, we shall see how I've implemented it, or the reason as to why I've decided to set or to call my user components in this layout folder. We shall see in a few minutes. So in the pages folder, I've now again called several pages here. So we have the admin account, we have the agent account, we have the booking, and among others. So here I've compiled all my pages here in the pages folder and so on. So we have the store here again. In the store folder, we have what we call the okay. We have okay. I've used a technology by the name Zustand. Zustand is basically a use state management that help you manage state in the client. So store here, basically you can see everything here is a state management, is a Zustand. So basically the store here is, we have the use hotel list itinerary is a store for itinerary items. We have a pay store here for payment. We have a user recommended store and so on. So I've just saved my items or my data using a store library by the name Zustand. We have the utils folder here. Utils here is where you have the various functions that are to be used in the front end side. You have the delete post. This one is one of is one of the posts, is one of the functions. We have the fetch all agent, we have the fetch all users, fetch booking, and so on. So these are my functions which I've placed them in the utils folder. Yeah, and I believe with that, okay, the others are provided by the React, the React community. That is the app.css.jsx. These are just a default folders which are created for you when you run npm vite create React app. Believe that's all in the client side. So as we proceed on the server side, so here now is where now my server code and all the implementation of the logics lies. I'm using okay, I'm using this particular technology here by the name Prisma. That is in place of SQL commands. Prisma does the work for me. That is, I basically just runs the model, and then Prisma generates the SQL code for me. So I don't have to like understand all the codes or all the SQL commands. Yeah, so in the server side, you can see we have this SRC folder again. Here is where now all my folder lies. That is all the implementation of at the back end. So we have the controllers. Controllers is where I have my functions, and okay, yeah, my functions are in my controllers folder. That is, we have the allocate now. These are just basic functions. We have a get all agents allocation middleware here. This is basically used for the authentication of the user. Then again, inside the controllers, I have okay, not inside the controllers, but inside the SRC folder, I have a folder by the name routes. So here, this is where I have a lot of routes. As you can see, I have over 10 routes. Yeah, so this is where I've placed my routes here. We have the add comment route, we have the booking request, delete account, we have the, yeah. So here is all the routings here, starting from the login all the way to the booking of the of a hotel or something of the sort. So index.js is where now my server is. As you can see, it is full of imports. Yeah, so what I've done here is basically I've just reduced the code here to prevent to avoid corroding the server of the index.js with a lot of code here. I've just refactored my code, that is separated my routes, and then I just called them, that is a route, and implemented it in the index.js server here. So with that, I believe that's all I can say about the client side. So yeah, all the code or the implementation or the arrangement of the folder structure. So in case you have any challenge or any compliment, I think you can just state it on the comment section. Maybe software engineers we learn from others. So if you have a better folder structure, then let me just know in the comment section. Yeah, and let me just go in the code section. So of course we start by, of course, okay, as you can see, okay, my client is running. Okay, I've renamed my terminals here. So client running is where my client side is running. That is the client side server. Basically, I think it runs on port, I don't know, 51 something, but I will see that. Then we have the client control. Okay, this is basically where I push everything. On the client side, you have the server running. This is where my server is running, and they have server control. This is where now I import and control my things for the server side section here. And so when you go direct to the code, okay, So I think as you can see, my client is running and my server is running. So meaning that I can just go direct to my application, yeah, and run it. So yeah, so by to open the project here, I briefly, okay, sure, you just write localhost 5173. I believe this is where the client is running, and you can see this is the landing page. And yeah, so this is an online travel agency. Those are just a part of it. I believe online travel agency contains a lot of information, lots and lots of information. But for the purpose of project and yeah, and practice, I just managed to do a very brief implementation of the application here. So this is the home page or the landing page here. Yeah, so it basically has a logo here, book card. We have home as the only link item here. We have a button here for login and so on. So we have the hero section here, and below it we have a recommended hostels. Okay, so these hostels I've not inputted them manually in this system here. I've used an API for an online API for this implementation here. Yeah, so meaning so I think if we can go to our hooks, I believe you can see it in our hooks. So if we can go to our hooks folder, SRC, I believe hooks. Let me see. It's I've stored it in one of the hook sections, or I can just search here hooks. Here it is. So we have a hotel booking here, and inside the hotel booking is have a usebook.com. So this is whereby I've imported the API, and you can see the link here to the API. That is where I'm getting it from, and we have some keys here for implementation and so on. So yeah, so this is where I've implemented the API, and the challenges that I came across when using this API is because the requests were limited to only 20 requests per month. But yeah, so the API would only allow me to do 20 requests per month. So what I did is I just used the knowledge that I've been learning in the school. That is I only code the API once, and all the data here was stored in a locally in my computer. So meaning I only needed the data to be called only once. So I managed to handle that particular challenge for 20 requests. And as you can see, this request is now being put directly from my local file, or uh, from my local space or storage to be accessible here. And as you can see, we have a very nice setup here. And for every card here, as you can see, we have a very nice effect. When you hover around, you can see I've implemented some of a very nice effect for hover effect here. When you click on a card, for example, like that one, you can see it takes you to another page here that is basically giving you a little description of the page. So we have the name, the title here, and then we have the stars, that is the rating stars of that particular project, and a description here. For example, for this we have our full day city tour, Mumbai city private, and so on. So this one is a description that the API gives me to be able to display to my users, to my end users here. And then we have a book stay here. This is a form that actually now allows you to book. If you are booking here is private Mumbai sightseeing travel tours, then you can just click on start date here, and you can book what you want to book. So uh, before I do that, I would like to first of all let us analyze the basics of the more deeper the capabilities of this system. So in the login here, uh, I've implemented a card here for both sign in and sign up. Okay, so for sign in here, users are the one who are allowed to basically, okay, if you log in from this side, you log in as a user. Yeah, and as you can see from this point here, so let me, as you can see from this point here, okay, yeah, so believe I believe this is a folder, if I'm not wrong. That is the user account. Is it the user account? Yeah, possibly, if I'm not wrong. Hoping I can recall my folder structure from the beginning. I don't know, but yeah. So see. Okay, user account. Is it the sign up? Let me just check on. Yeah, so is we have the create account here. Okay, so this is the form for creating account. Yeah, so the user basically creates account using this particular information here. That's the username, full name, email, password, email, and the register here. Okay. And in the user account we have, okay, I don't know. Let me. There is a user account is a particular modification I want to confirm to you. Okay, yeah. So yeah, guys, so this is where we have the form for registering users. So in this form here, of course, you log in as a user, and okay, the moment you log in through here, no, that is not logging in, but the moment you sign up from here, sign up as a user, and as you can see, if we write here, for example, the username, we give it a random name. Don't know, David1254, maybe something of the sort. Email, I can give it a random email. Let me can give it that email, then a password of 1234 and 1234. As you can see, it tells you the account is created successfully. And I believe with that, you can now log into your account here. That is by creating on the email or username. You can actually use an email or username, but in this case, I believe for me, the email is what is accessible to me here. So just input 1234 and logging in. You can see it allows me to log in. But now, yeah, so these are a user here. You log in as a user here, and as an agent. See, okay, pardon me. Okay, let me just, I believe, I don't know. Let me restart my Chrome here. I don't know why my machine is hanging, but yeah, leave. Okay, so as you can see, this is my login here, and okay, actually I think it has already stored the use state of the user here, or the login user, and you can see here as a user you can be able to actually do several things here. You can manage bookings, you can enter into settings, you can comment, and you can log out. So for the manage bookings here, this is whereby you see all your bookings. For example, this user I think is new. When you see it's saying loading, I believe at the end of the day, it will show you do not have any bookings yet. But when I go to the settings here, this is whereby now I can update my personal information. We have the full name. This is my full name, and I can actually update it from here. And you can see, first of all, the data is pre-populated here. I can change my name, something maybe, don't know, James. I can call it James and then save. So you can see the name changes to James, and as you can see from here, let us see. Yeah, so the full name here changes to James, and yeah, so yeah, this is on the settings. Then we have the password here. You can also update the password from the same position, and also you can delete an account here. So yeah, so by updating the password, it means that okay, so you first of all put the current password. It has to match with the previous password that was there. Then you have the new password and the confirm password here. Then you have the delete here, and to delete an account, you simply type delete keyword. By just typing delete, then and you delete it, you see the account. It tells you the account was deleted successfully, and you can see we are already logged out, so you can't actually sign in or log in. You can use the same credentials to log in. Don't know, see, don't know, can use the same credentials to log in. To tell you wrong email or password, because simply you have deleted the user from the account. But for the testing purposes, I think you can just again create the user again, so that we can see how updates are done. Yeah, so Dave is done here again. Go on create account, email. I think we use the same email here. password, we just use 1234, and then we sign up a user once again, and then in that we log in again to the same user. So we log into the user, that is 1234, 1234. Yeah, so login successful. Yeah, and yeah, so we are back again on the system, and in the manage bookings, as I said, we have no registration here. In the settings, I think I've talked about the settings here, and then on the comment, we can see we have, okay, you can comment. In fact, you can just comment something, maybe say hello, hello, be the app. It's good. Hoping everybody, everything is all right. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so sending the message, comment submitted successfully, and when we go back to our home, you can see the comment is down here. Yeah. Oh, so you can see I only have one comment, by the way. That one was our first successful client. I think our application is earning people as it go by. I think it's a good application. Yeah. So yeah. So we can make a single booking here. Maybe private Mumbai. I can book maybe for a stay here. Don't know start date. Start date maybe, don't know. Maybe you can place that start date there, and then maybe for some few days, and then the number of guests, maybe for number of guests and book. Okay. Okay. I don't know why it's not booking, but let me see where the issue is. But yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, yeah. I think I know what it is. So uh, my application, I forgot about these logics here. My application simply, when you add a request, it is simply allocates that particular request to an agent. So in my account, I have no agent. So meaning we don't have an agent to actually allocate that particular request to the user. So that's why it kind of failed to update the information, because it lacks, or it didn't see that particular agent to be able to serve that particular client who has logged in, or who has saved that particular information. So I think we can log out and log in as the admin in this case. Yeah. So let me admin. I think admin is the only person who can actually add a user. So let me just type the information here. Okay, yeah. So I think you can just log in as admin in this case. And yeah, so in the control section, this is where we add our agent. So I think Wikibas, you can add a full name here, maybe a random name like Gerard Kamami. Gerard Kamami is the agent in this case, is the admin. Yeah, and the email address, I think I can just use this email here, and the password of 1234, and confirm password of 1234. Yeah, so and create this particular user here in this case. So so as we proceed, I think yeah, so let us proceed. Okay, so in my I think I've added an agent. So when I log in as a user, I should be able to add a request in my database. So let me log in as a user. I believe this one was the user credentials. Yeah, and logging in as a user, I can be able to come now and like book. Maybe I want to book that particular place there. Maybe from, don't know, date one or something of the sort. Maybe random, maybe for the visitors, and you can see booking successful. Yeah, so the user can book several hotels. So assuming again you want to book something of the private tour, a sports Mumbai, so I think I can still book uh, a tour again, maybe 5 users. Yeah, and so in the itinerary section, so the user can be able now to see all the requests he has booked for. For example, when he or she goes to the manage booking, so here are the users or the request he has made. So we can see Gerard Kamami agent name, and we have the, okay, so we have one agent. So basically that means that this particular request here was only allocated to this agent, who is the only agent in the database. So you can see attraction name and the start date and so on. So assuming we have another agent, I think assuming we have I want to show you that this agent name can actually change. So the system automatically allocates the request depending on the traffic. So if Gerard Kamami here has a lot of traffic to handle, then the system automatically allocates or sends the request to another user. So let me log in as an admin again. Don't know admin. No. Okay, yeah. So logging in as an admin again, I think I can, okay, so we can see now our dashboard is clear here. We have all agents, we have only one agent, we have only one user, and we have two bookings. And the tasks here, the admin can be able to see all the tasks. So the tasks are from this particular name here. That's a random name I used to actually, I think we saw in the logging section. So we have all the information here. So this is the name, start date, end date. We have attraction. And then we have the agent name. That is the agent serving the request. And then we have the agent email here. So and then as we proceed with the control, I think let me add another random user. Maybe I don't know whether I remember the username, but yeah, assuming 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just give a username of 1, 2, 3, 4. Then name, maybe something like that. Email, maybe a random email. Password, I can give it 1, 2, 3, 4 again, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know, yeah. So again, so meaning now we have two agents. If we go to our dashboard here, you can see our agents has increased. We had one agent, but now our agent we have two agents in our account. So we can now again log out, and now we log in as a user. That is as a user here. I believe this was the credentials of the user. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we make another booking here, assuming, let me see. Yeah, so I think I will make two bookings here. So I can make another booking, random one, maybe don't know, 5 guests. Send that one, and then maybe can also make another one from a different place. Maybe I don't know, maybe that place here. Maybe just randomly. Yeah, and when I go to the management here, to the manage booking, yeah, as you can see, our request has been allocated. So at first, Gerard Kamami was the one who received the request, but again, our system now sees that Gerard Kamami has a lot of traffic, and we have another new user who has been added to the system. So it automatically sends that particular request to a different agent. And in here we have actions. We have the pay action here. So pay action here is basically pays you. Okay, it helps you to actually perform transaction for the system, but for this module I've not implemented this particular module, so I think I'm supposed to use the Raja API here, maybe for purposes of transaction and so on. So I believe maybe in the next video I will be showing how I've implemented this particular section here, but for this one I've just I haven't implemented the pay section. But for the delete section here, so the user can delete any request he actually defined. So you can see, no, let me see. Don't know why okay, yeah, you can see it has deleted, but I don't know why we have some delay there. It should delete instantly. Yeah, so that's all for the user section. Yeah, and for the agent section, I think yeah, I believe I can log out and log in as an agent and see what we have, what the agent can be able to manage here. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Have this particular agent. I don't know, yeah. So as an agent, yeah, as an agent, this is the agent dashboard. So the agent can see the total number of requests that are allocated to him or her. These are not the total. I don't know where that error is, but I believe I will. Oh, I don't know, but I believe the error is comes because we don't have any particular requests. That's a bug. I think I will check on it. But yeah, so I believe when you don't have any agents, because if you can recall from the other section, the user deleted the agents from the database, and yeah, so they wouldn't read in this section here. And to prove that, I believe, don't know. Let me log out this user. Maybe log in as a agent. Now as a user, let me just log in as a user. As a user, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe say send a request. Let me just send a request for the purpose of showing how the information is distributed the system. So yeah, so for that booking, so I want us to check where the request was passed to. So for now, I can see I've added a request, but I don't know which agent was allocated. So as an admin, I think I can be able to see where everything was okay. Or no, actually, I think the user should be able to see the that particular request. Just log in as a user. So in his or her manage booking, yeah, should see. So we have the Davidu is the agent. So logging in into the Davidu agent here. So we should be able to see this particular request here, the agent of the user. Yeah, so I can log in here. Maybe let me just log out first of all, and then sign in as a user. Okay, no, this is agent 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe this is an agent who received the request from that particular user. So you can see the here. So we can see our dashboard tells us that we have one request and we have visited 0. Okay, so this one it actually separates from the visited request and the one which are not yet which have not been visited. So in this case, we can see this one is active, meaning it has not the that particular person was to visit that particular place, has not yet visited the place, so it's active. And when he or she visits the place, then it is uh, it is taken to the visited request. So in the tasks here, you can see the details of the request here. So you can see the name, everything here. Yeah. And, yeah, for the messaging, I think again in the second video which I will be posting, I think I will be implementing this message here. I believe the technology that is used for the messaging is different. There's a WebSockets. I believe for the next video, the message implementation is all the full video. So for this video, I want to be showing on the implementation of the messaging here. But for the next video, which I will be posting here, that will be what we will be dealing with. Then I think, and we log out. So basically, that's all I think I can show for this particular system here. Yeah, and yeah, so this is just a small sample of a project, which was our end project for Teach to Give G2. Yeah, and this is what I implemented for my end month, and that means that I take full ownership of this system. Everything as a sole, I'm the sole creator of this app from scratch for both backend and front end. Yeah, so I take full ownership of this app. I believe with that, anything else you want me to implement, let me see in the comment section. Thank you uh, for viewing. Thank you.